in the timeline, it's all flat. The only time it ever changed was when NASA came into play. So NASA is the first ones to change the cosmology of the Earth. And then we could just get into NASA.
Anytime that they take control, they kick people out and take control of the truth, is so they could keep controlling that narrative that they're going with. And that's where I think NASA came in, because there was so much truth that was about to be exposed. NASA had to come in as this credible source and this space seeking thing that knows it all. When it's like, man, I couldn't even tell you none of that.
All right, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate, man. What purpose
Let's
does
get
the
it.
government and NASA have of lying to us on the shape of the Earth? What purpose does that have?
Do you see my Abby?
Yeah.
Look at it. Tell me what you see. There's something for me? I don't got nothing to do with that.
I see
Tell me.
Ja.
Huh?
Egyptian
But tell
gods.
me, but tell me what you're looking at though.
I'm looking
Like
at
explain it. What you looking at? My nigga Raspy right here. Explain what you looking at.
All right, let me
It's a
see.
globe flattened out.
Yeah, I see a flat Earth globe. I see stars, gods, names on there. Thought.
Yeah, you gotta look. Y'all gotta
Ja.
look way more close.
Oh, okay. So the Earth is that centerpiece, and then there's another Earth within the Earth, or another world, basically.
Outer Earth.
There you go.
Yeah, like
There
I
you
said, I've
go.
seen that map before. I got a little knowledge, but like I said, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, that's an ancient map. So there's continents outside of the ones that we know and understand. And then so if you look at that inner center circle, that's known to be Antarctica that we know. So our concentric Earth plane is that middle piece with our continents enclosed in it. And then when you make it out of that, there's more land in an outer world on the outside of that. And
Y'all heard of Emerald Bird?
yeah, that's what I was about to explain to people.
Was that Emerald Bird?
Admiral. He's the most decorated explorer of all time.
He flew to the North Pole.
He flew to the South Pole. He circumnavigated from the North Pole to the South Pole.
That summer gate on your map, I think that's what he was talking about. Where's that port from Antarctica that he found?
Yep. He went through that little portal right there.
And there was like aliens and stuff over there.
Agartha, as they say.
Yep. So look at my nigga Stein Kid. He got another very important map. It's a very important map. So when you ask, what's the reason? What do they have to benefit from, whether it's a globe or flat? Because when it's a globe, it's very limited in understanding of the actual geography of Earth. Because if you make it a ball, then you come with your theoretical things like gravity and all these other centrifugal forces and Coriolis effects and all these things. All the mathematics is different. So it changes everything. Perception, understanding. But if you make it flat as to our perspective lens, everything that we see and know is flat. And when we see what we see to the horizon, it's all flat. So imagine if we travel, which we can't, to Antarctica, because that circle for some reason has an Antarctic treaty consisting of every nation on Earth, and it's the only thing that every nation on Earth agrees on. It's the only thing in existence that every nation on Earth agrees on, is that they're all positioned and stationed down there and no one can come and explore it or go past it. That's a red flag. According to the history, if you look at Admiral Byrd and what he said, that Antarctica was a 400-foot ice wall. Well, surrounded by a 400-foot ice wall, and then about 1,000 or 2,000 miles of ice desert. And then that was blocked off by a toroidal field where you couldn't go any further. Planes was exploding, all kinds of shit. So they decided to shoot atomic weapons up at the shit. And that's when they was encountered by other beings.
The Greys and the it's another name for the reptilians. I think it's like a Naku or something like that.
Anunnaki?
Exactly.
The
The Greys
Anunnaki.
is like this. The Anunnaki created the Greys as like servants, and then they kind of got their own liberation or something like that.
The Anunnaki is people from Middle Sahara Africa. That's not aliens or fallen beings. The
Okay, yeah,
Anunnaki
that's not the right word.
Anunnaki is the Anu people from Middle Africa. What they are telling us is that the Anunnaki is some fallen aliens, fallen angels, or whatever. They telling us that because they are not telling us that they have information about civilizations before Mesopotamia. So in order for you to believe that everything started in Mesopotamia, they give y'all the Anunnaki story. But if y'all do y'all research, you will find older civilizations than Mesopotamia, and they have information on them. But they don't tell it to us because in order for you to stay within the Bible or the Abrahamic faith, you got to believe that everything started in Mesopotamia.
Do you know, can you tell us where we can find that information, like the older work?
Look up the mega. Hold up. Give me 5 seconds. Let me grab this book. Hold up.
Whatever you do look up, make sure you don't use Google. Use DuckDuckGo because they won't filter out your searches.
Make sure you look up Admiral Byrd though and study his story.
Copy.
That's like a key component to this whole shit.
Nah, I heard about it.
Name?
Say it again.
How you spell his first name?
It's Admiral.
It's Admiral, like in an army, and then Byrd,
Okay.
Byrd.
Cool.
Richard E. Byrd. That's the same guy.
Yeah, Richard E. Byrd. His story will blow your mind.
I'm on it.
Hey, King Los, you believe in aliens?
I don't really have belief systems.
Is
I
there
feel
a
like
possibility of life
I feel like
outside
I
Earth?
seen crafts and shit in the sky. I don't know what the fuck it is, so I can't be like I believe in it. I don't really have a belief system. It's like either I know something or I don't. So I don't
believe in
know.
angels?
I don't have a belief system.
Okay.
Say, Los, I got a question for you.
I don't predicate anything upon belief.
I got a question for you, bro. So when they talk about UFOs and foreign flying objects or whatever, when we talk about this being a magnetic universe and we see objects flying in directions or patterns that we are not normally used to seeing, airplanes or aircraft flying, that is because we have been fed the gravity story and the ball earth story so much so that we think that anything that flies only can move in a certain direction because they gave us that. Now, when Hitler then was working on them anti-gravity machines and completed them, that never gets pushed to the public. We never get that information. So when we be seeing these objects flying in patterns that we feel that isn't normal, we have to also understand that they are using a different set of system of everything and how they're building their shit. They're only telling us one side of everything. So we're looking at planes move a certain way, but we don't know that they have what they call anti-gravity aircrafts and shit that can fly in different patterns than a plane can fly. So when y'all may see a unidentified flying object and think that, oh man, that's probably a UFO. Yes, it's an unidentified flying object and it's flying in patterns that you're not used to seeing, but it's also technology being used that you're not taught about.
No, that's a fact. And I feel like as far as being technologically advanced, I feel like we were far more advanced in ancient times than we are now as far as technology. When you start to get into some of the ancient civilizations and the things that they established and were able to construct and understand about the spiritual world, cosmically, mathematically, I mean, they was just on point because they had the true numbers. They had the true scales of how to build. So now that we've been told a bunch of shit that ain't real, like you said, a motherfucker could show us some shit and just trick us out of it. I mean, a person could deceive you right in your own face in today's age and time.
On
Like
this king?